All right, so let's check if we are live. Okay, perfect. All right, so hi, good evening, my dear students. How are you all? I hope that everybody is fine, and I welcome you to the amazing session here at Unacademy. So, students, this is Ritika, your chemistry educator. Uh, I am back with another important session for grade 9. So, you might be knowing up till now that what are we going to study today? We basically are going to focus on modern periodic table in our today's class. So, about me, I am Ritika, your chemistry educator. I have completed my engineering in electronics and communication, and right now I'm here teaching you all chemistry. Now, students, you can join us on the Telegram channel. Okay, you can have a bit of help, or you can have class notes by clicking on the link that is provided to you in the description box. You can join on Telegram channel, and you will also be receiving the regular updates of the sessions that go on here at Unacademy. All right. So today what are we going to study? Basically, we are going to study about the modern periodic table. Okay. So first of all, let me tell you what is modern periodic table or how to define it. So when the elements, they are arranged according to increasing atomic number, what's the thing that the elements which are having equal number of valence electron, they are occurring after a regular period or regular interval. Okay, and because the number of valence electrons of elements, they will be showing a repetition, so accordingly the properties, the chemical properties, will also be showing the similar repetition or periodicity, right? So this is the basic periodic table. Okay, this is the modern periodic table, and you can see that elements, they are arranged into groups and periods. Okay, now talking about a bit of how is periodicity occurring. So if I talk about the reason, okay, why is periodicity occurring, or what's the reason behind it? So the main cause is the same number of valence electrons. Okay, for example, if I take the case of alkali metals. Okay, for example, if I'm going for, let's say, lithium, sodium, potassium, cesium, rubidium, etc., etc. So these all are having one electron in their outermost shell, and this is the reason why they are having a kind of similar properties. Okay, so the basic reason is the recurrence of same electronic configuration. Okay, so the cause of periodicity is the same number of electrons in the outermost orbit. Okay, that is recurrence of same electronic configuration. Now, what do we mean by periodic properties? So periodic properties are those properties which appear after a regular interval, okay, after a regular time, or in which we can see there is a gradual variation. What do we mean by gradual variation? See, for example, if any element is over here, okay, it has got the good metallic property, that is, I'll say it is a strong metal, okay. Okay, so when the next element will come, it won't be a strong non-metal. Okay, the metallic property, it will change, like it will decrease bit by bit. Okay, and then we will be having a strong non-metal. So this is how the properties, they actually change. Okay, I hope that is very much clear. Now moving on to the next thing, just a minute. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, students, I'm having a very important information for all of you. So, you are having another chance. Okay, so on Academy Prodigy Test, it is again extended up till 27th of February. So you still have got one more chance with your in your hand. Okay, you can crack it and you can win amazing prizes worth up to 10 crores. Okay, the test, it is scheduled to happen from 12 to 1 p.m. So you can enroll yourself right now. Okay, and for more information you can join the Telegram channel, okay, of Unacademy ICSE board to get a detailed information on Unacademy Prodigy test. Now let's talk about the features of modern periodic table. Now students, our modern periodic table, it is divided into groups and columns. So the vertical columns, okay, they are known as groups that run from top to bottom. And the horizontal rows running from left to right, they are known as periods. Okay, now talking about the groups, our modern periodic table, it has got 18 groups. Okay, so the elements of subgroup A, that means they include the elements of group 1, 2 and then 13 to 17. These are all known as representative elements or main group elements or normal elements. Okay, they are having their outermost shells incomplete. Next is the transition elements. So the transition elements, they are present in the group number 3 to group number 12. Okay, all right. So the elements are present in the group number 3 to 12 and they are known as the transition elements. Okay, next is the elements of zero group, that is the group number 18. Now the group number 18, they are known as inert or noble gases. Okay, why are they known as noble gases? Because they have got stable electronic configuration. Now what do we mean by stable electronic configuration? Hello Lakshya, hi, how are you? Okay, so stable electronic configuration basically means that they are having 8 electrons in their outermost shell. Okay, the exception over here is helium. It has got 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, and that is the reason they do not react, because they are not capable of donating or taking in the electrons, as they already have their shells complete. All right, next is the period. Now if I talk about the period in the periodic table, there are 7 rows, okay, which are present in the modern periodic table, and each is known as period. Now the number of shells present in atoms, they determine its period. Okay, now let us see how. If I take the case of lithium, who has got the atomic number of 3 and the configuration is 2 and 1. Okay, so if I go for the basic structure of lithium, it will be somewhat like this. That means it has got 2 electrons in the first shell and 1 electron in the second shell. Okay, so that means how many shells it has got? It has got 2 shells, and lithium, it is present in second period. Correct. Now similarly, if I take the case of sodium, who has got the atomic number of 11, okay, we have the configuration 2, 8 and 1. Okay, so this will be in the first shell, 8 electrons will be present in second shell, and 1 electron, it will be present in the third shell. Okay, Lakshya, please tell the course of periodic table of grade 9. All right, so okay, Lakshya, so in the periodic table, if I talk about, so very first thing is classification of elements. Okay, that is important. Then if we go for the earlier trials, so in that Daubernier's triad, it is very important. Okay, you could be asked the question like what were the drawbacks, or you could be asked that these are the elements and according to it what is the mass of element B. Okay, so you have to apply it. Next was Newland's law. So again, merit and demerits. Then we have Mendeleev's law. Okay, and at the last it is modern periodic table. Okay, so this is the particular topic that we are going to cover in our today's class. Okay, I hope that is very much clear. Okay. So as I was telling you about the number of shells, so we are having 3 shells over here. Okay, that means the sodium, it is present in the third period. Okay, so similarly we can get the number of period by having this shell. Okay, now moving on forward, we have uh, okay, the elements with electrons increasing arithmetically in their outermost shell, okay, they are placed in same period. Now let me tell you again this. Okay, so if I have I'm talking about any group or any period, I'm sorry. Okay, so what will happen? The elements will have the electrons, the valence electrons increasing arithmetically. Okay, how is it happening? See, lithium. Okay, okay, so what will happen? Lithium, it will have 1 electron in the outermost shell. Beryllium will have 2 electrons. Boron will have 3. Carbon will have 4. And likewise, it will increase up till we have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. That means what? The electrons, they are increasing arithmetically, one by one. Okay, and it stops when we have a stable configuration, that is we have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, so now next thing that we need to remember or we need to see over here is what is or how is it happening. Okay, now if I talk about lithium, what is the atomic number? 3. Okay, so the configuration will be 2 and 1. Correct. Now in the first shell, it will be having 2 electrons, and in the second shell, it will be having 1 electron. If I talk about beryllium, what will happen? Over here, the atomic number is 4 and the electronic configuration remains 2 and 2. That means in the first shell, of course, 2 electrons, and in the second shell, we are going to have the 2 electrons. And this increases up till we get the 8 electrons, which is a stable configuration. Okay, and then we have next period. Okay, this is how it goes. All right. Okay, so students, this is a very important test series that we are going to start. Okay, so it is ACE for finals grade 9 to 12. Okay, it is for term 2. Okay, now the tests are happening for various subjects like math, physics, chemistry and biology. Okay, they will be taken every Saturday and Sunday in the whole month of February from 1 p.m. So basically, this test, it is going to have 30 questions, okay, and it will be of 1 hour. Okay, now over here you will be getting the basic idea of what your question paper will be like. Okay, what are some of the important questions and why is this session important? Because after it you also will be having a detailed analysis of all the topics that you have covered. Okay, so kindly make sure that you attend these test series, and also you can subscribe for plus. Okay, so please make sure that you attend the test series to achieve maximum out of it. Okay, next is if you are going to take a plus subscription for 12 months or above, you will be getting 2-month extension absolutely free of cost. And also you will be getting a 10% discount if you pick out the plus subscription for any duration. But this offer, it is valid only for first 500 subscribers. So students, kindly hurry up. Okay. Now talking about the types of elements. Okay, so we basically are having 4 type of elements, okay, in the periodic table. The very first is representative elements. Okay, after that we have transition elements. Correct. The third category is inner transition elements. And the last one is inert gases, or they are also known as noble gases. Okay, all right. So representative elements, we will be seeing what is the meaning, or in which groups do we have the representative elements, and bit by bit we will be moving up till transition, inner transition and the inert gases. Okay, So what are representative elements? These are the elements who have their outermost orbit incomplete. Okay. Now over here we are having the elements of group number 1, 2 and 13 to 17. Okay. Now talking about group number 1, these are alkali metals. Okay, so here your answer comes. What are alkali metals? Alkali metals are the elements who have one electron in their valence shell. Okay, these are lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Okay, in the group 2 we are having alkaline earth metals. Okay, now in the group number 13, the first element, since it is boron, so it is also known as boron family. Similarly, the group number 14, it is known as carbon family. Group 15 is nitrogen family. Group 16, it is oxygen family. And group 17, they are halogens or the salt formers. Okay, so these are the basic bifurcation of the elements of the groups. Okay, now if I talk about the main characteristics of representative elements, so they are including metals as well as non-metals. So both categories are present over here. And if I talk about the metallic character, so as we are moving from left to right, the metallic character, it decreases. Okay, so as we are moving from left to right, that means the elements, they are changing their nature from metal to non-metal. Okay, then talking about the bonding that is formed over here, they form the electrovalent as well as covalent bonds. So both type of bonds we can see over here. Okay, all right, after that, if I talk about the metals, okay, which are good conductor of heat and electricity, they basically are present in the group number 1 and 2, and non-metals, they are present in the group number 16 and 17. Okay, so that proves actually that metallic nature, it is decreasing as we are moving across a period. Okay, now students, very important information about the Unacademy's free live classes. Okay, so what is so special about these classes is, first of all, you can have real-time interaction using chat and emojis. Okay, so we are having chat options, we are having emojis, you can use them and you can have a real-time interaction with your educators. After that, you can even ask questions using question tab. So you can either attach an image or you can type in your question, okay, and you can clear your doubts. Next is over here we have live poll option. So what are polls? Basically, the educators ask you questions and you are supposed to answer them, okay. Over here, we also have poll leaderboards, which means they will be telling you what is your position among all the students present in the class. Correct? Now, we are going to have one short revision on hydrogen. This is our special class. For that, you need to have an Unacademy Learner app. You can get it on the App Store or Play Store. Okay. So at 5:15, we are going to have one short revision on hydrogen on 17th of February. And on 19th of February, we are going to have a poll war, that is a whole question session on gas laws. So students, kindly do not forget to attend the classes. Okay. Now talking about Unacademy subscription features. So what are the special things about Unacademy subscription? First of all, you can learn from the comfort of your home. Okay, then you will be getting all the access to courses, okay, that you sign up for. Then you will be taught by top educators of India at one very platform. And apart from the regular sessions, you are having the doubt clearing sessions and also answer writing sessions. So in the doubt clearing sessions, you are first of all, your all doubts are cleared, and in answer writing sessions you are getting a detailed session on how to write the answer in your examinations to achieve maximum out of it. Okay, next you are under the mentorship or guidance of your educators, and you get all the study material in the PDF format. Correct. After that, we are having practice tests which are regular, and also the batch courses. Now apart from these things, you get daily practice section, weekly mock tests, live quizzes, daily MCQ, etc, etc. Okay, now next is the pricing plans. Okay, so the subscription plans are available at very affordable prices. Okay, you can go for 6 month, 3 month, 12 month, 24, 48, whatever you want to go for. Okay, and you can use this code to avail a 10% discount. Okay, all right. Now talking about the transition elements. So as I told you, transition elements, they are present in the group number 3 to 12. Okay. Now some of the properties of transition elements. First of all, over here, all elements, they are metals. Okay. Okay. And they are having high melting and boiling points. Okay, since they are metals, of course they will be good conductors of heat and electricity. Okay, so we can say that they are good conductors. Now the elements from this group, they are used as catalyst. Okay, and they are also forming the colored ions and colored compounds. So these are some of the properties of transition elements. Next is inner transition elements. So inner transition elements are located in the 6th and 7th period of group 3rd. Okay. Now they are known as lanthanides and actinides, and they actually are not present in the main body of the periodic table. Okay. So if I talk about their characteristics, they basically are heavy metals. Okay. And they also are going to have high melting and boiling points. Correct. Then if I talk about the elements over here, they are basically radioactive. Okay, so if I talk about actinides, these are radioactives. Okay, and some of them even are not found in the nature. Okay, they are made in special laboratories. So these are the properties or characteristics of inner transition elements. Correct. After that, we have inert or the noble gases. Now, what are the inert or noble gases? They are having stable electronic configuration. Okay, now that means what? If I talk about the noble gases or inert gases, they are having 8 electrons in the outermost shell except helium, right? Now, because they are having 8 electrons, they neither can gain or donate the electrons, and hence they have got a stable electronic configuration, and that is why they are known as the inert gases. Hope that is very much clear to you. Okay, now let's move on to the merits of modern periodic table. So what are the good things about this periodic table? First of all, it is based on atomic number. So this atomic number is even a kind of better fundamental property than atomic mass, which was taken as a fundamental property in case of Mendeleev's periodic table. So we can say atomic number, it is better fundamental property. Okay, so since the modern periodic table, it is based on atomic number, so that becomes one of the advantage. Okay, now after that, if I talk about the position of any element, okay, it is not without any reason. We have got a short reason. It is related to the electronic configuration. Okay, so where any element would be placed, we can know it by knowing the electronic configuration of that particular element. Okay, next is As we move down a group or across a period, so we can see regular change. Okay, so how is regular change or regular gradation seen? As we are moving down a group or across a period. So these are some of the merits of the modern periodic table. Okay, now still, we are following this modern periodic table, but still it has got some of the defects or some of the problems. Okay, now what are these problems? Let's discuss. Very first is position of hydrogen. Now see students, the hydrogen, it has been given the first position in the periodic table, but it is still not satisfactory. Why? Because hydrogen, it shows the properties similar to group 1 also and group 17, that is halogens also. So that is why it's not really fixed or satisfied that the hydrogen is getting that particular position. Okay, and the next problem is that it fails to accommodate the inner transition elements. So what are inner transition elements? The lanthanoids and actinides. So they, the modern periodic table, it is not able to accommodate the inner transition elements into the main body of the periodic table. Okay, so these are some of the defects of our modern periodic table. All right, hope that it is very much clear to you. All right, so students, let us quickly see that what are the things that we have discussed in our today's class. First of all, so first of all, we begin with modern periodic law. Okay, so this modern periodic law, it states that the changes or the properties that we see of elements, they are a function of their uh, atomic masses. Okay, so if I talk about first of all periodicity, what is periodicity? It is a repetition of properties of the elements. Okay, so what is the cause of periodicity? It is the occurrence of same number of valence electrons. Okay, this modern periodic table or the modern periodic law, it was given by Henry Moseley, which states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements that we see, they are the periodic function of their atomic number. So over here in the periodic table, atomic number is the basis. Okay, all right. After that, we learned about the groups and periods. Okay, so in our modern periodic table, we are having 7 periods and 18 groups, and the elements are arranged in these. Okay, talking about the group, just a minute. Yeah, talking about the groups, we are having 18 groups. Now over here, if I talk about group number 1, 2 and 13 to 17, these are known as representative elements. The elements of group number 3 to 12, they are known as transition elements. And the elements of group number 18 are known as it is also known as zero group. So these are the elements, first of all, which are inert. Okay, they do not react under normal conditions. Talking about periods, so we are having basically 7 periods. Okay, and the period of any element, it is determined by the number of shells. Okay, if it has got 1 shell, it belongs to first period. If it has got 5 shells, it belongs to the 5th period, and accordingly. So the first period, it has only got 2 elements, hydrogen and helium, shortest period. The second and third period, they have got the 8 elements each, and they are referred as short period. The fifth and sixth period, they have got 18 elements, referred to as the long period, and at the last sixth and seventh period, they have got in them the 32 elements, which makes them the longest period. Okay, now students, in the group 3rd B, okay, so in the group number 3rd, what are we having? 6th and 7th period. So we are having a separate, line of the elements. In the sixth period, we are having lanthanides, and in the seventh, we are having actinides. Okay, so these are actually not accommodated in the modern periodic table's main body, but they are placed separately. After that, we learned about the types of elements. So basically, there were seven type of elements. Four type of elements: representative elements, the transition elements, inner transition elements, and the noble gases, or they are also known as the inert gases. Correct. So we studied about their characteristics, and then at the last we went on to the merits and demerits. So what are merits? Let's quickly revise. It is based on atomic number, which is a better fundamental property. Then position of any element, it is related to the electronic configuration. Then we see regular change or gradation in the periodic properties, and it is easier to understand. The defects of modern periodic table, they are, it cannot accommodate the inner transition elements, that is the lanthanides and actinides, into the main body of periodic table. And the second one is position of hydrogen, it is still not satisfactory. Okay, all right. Now students, talking about the batches, uh, as you know that your examinations are going to start. Okay, so you can join in the batches. Okay, the batches, they are already started. Okay, and if you take the subscription of grade 9, you're going to get the subscription of grade 10, 11 and 12 absolutely free. Okay, so please make sure that you attend the batches. And also students, if you face any problem about your preparation journey, or you have any queries about your subscription, or you want to know about the latest offers, you can just call on this number. Okay, and one counselor will get in touch with you to discuss everything and to clear all your doubts. So please note down this number and just call to get the whole detailed information about everything related to subscription or offer or preparation journey. And also you can use this code to avail 10% discount. Okay, so students, I hope that you might have understood everything that we have learned or discussed in today's class. You can subscribe to the channel of Unacademy, and if you need the PDF, you can download it now. Also, you can join the Telegram channel to receive the regular updates of the sessions. Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you so much. We will be meeting in the next class. Till then, keep studying, keep learning, and take care.